Hi guys, it's me, Keith Johnson. Today we're back with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Baddies Midwest, episode 12. I think we're on 12. Bottom out. So I took some notes to kind of like walk me through this episode. I did jot down a lot of things. There was not no fight in this episode or some next week. We'll get to that in a bit. But this episode had a lot to like, I guess, unpack and talk about. I enjoyed this episode. To me, they don't have to like fight every week for enjoyment. Because next week looks corny and whack, and I'm gonna get irritated. This week was actually, I'm not mad, I'm not irritated. This week was a pretty good week. But I did have me some Raising Canes, eating, watching the baddies, and you got Emma talking about taking a nasty word. It's nasty. That's nasty. Boy, I lost, and it was like the second scene in, and she's talking about, ugh. Anyway, so they start the episode off with Natalie calling Tinkerbella about being on Baddies, being on Wildin' Out with Nick Cannon and all that good stuff. Not much happened here. So then we get to see when Natalie, Scotty, Jayla, and Rolly was talking about Ivory and name tag, and come to find out that Ivory told Natalie told them whoever gives name tag to Big Legs, not name tag with the chain to Legs, that she was gonna get them and she was gonna need that. And I guess that's probably why Natalie has Scotty give the chain out, and she thought she was gonna give it to Lex because Natalie did not want that or need that from Ivory. Girls are so scary. Like, it's so crazy. Disclaimer, I'm just talking about the girls in the show and like the characters in the show. So I don't know these girls personally, but on the show, Natalie was giving scary of Ivory, and she tried to throw Scotty under the bus. Scotty, you might need that. You might need that. I caught on to that real quick. I was like, ooh, scary. Somebody's scary. All right, so next we get to Emma. I don't have much to say about that. Rolly, she's I guess bragging about, she made Slim her son, or like sons or pets or whatever you want to call Slim's supposed to be your assistant. Slim better than me, child. Like, after this last week, Slim is better than me because all right, so we get to the next scene, which is Emma, Pretty P, Big Lex, and the Jazzwell Simulator. Disgusting. Disgusting, Emma. Disgusting. By the way, she's had the same confessional like for the past few episodes. I'm like, did she get any more? Is that it from you? Like, she's had the same confessional for a while, and it's so awkward because she like, here she go. She'd be like, yeah, so like, it was lit and we had a good time, and like, yeah. It's like her confessions, like, she just seems so shy and out of place to this. I don't know if this like just a lot of, camera on her or whatever, but she just seems like it's just not it. I don't know what's going on, shyness or what, but I just be like cringe a little bit. Who's next? Let's see. So that's really it. They didn't really talk about much. They talked about Ivory and their fights and all that stuff. Recap and a recap. So then we get to Ivory, Tinka DTB, and the confession of Tinkerbella called Natalie messy. She gonna get you. Natalie gonna get you. When Natalie is messy, we all know that. So Ivory, she was like, she don't think that Natalie in that time, she didn't think that Natalie switched the name tags, and she was adamant too. She's like, oh, Natalie wouldn't do that. Natalie didn't do that. Girl, did you not watch season 4 of Bad Girls Club? Or is you new to Natalie? Like, out of anybody on that cast, Natalie would have been my first thoughts. She's messy. Like, if I had to guess, who would do that? Who would move the name tag on the cast? If it wasn't Natalie, who would do it? Half the cast is scared of Ivory. Let's start there. Natalie's production, she did it because of that, and she's from the Bagger Club world. Jayla, she's from the world, but Jayla on her season didn't really do pranks or jokes. Their season was very lackluster. But the only thing Jayla really did was throw Tina stuff out and threw out Jenna's liquor. I don't think she would do that. Rolly, no. Maybe one more chance, but not on here. Who else in the house? Tasiki, no. Animac, possibly, but she said she didn't do it. Maybe Animac. I could see her doing that, but it would just be like out of a joke. But Nana's not really that messy. So it would just be Natalie. Biggie, I don't see doing that. Anyway, I was like, come on, Ivory, like put it together. Like, you know she did that. Anyway, Summer walks in and Summer and them confessionals popping about Ivory. Ugh. I told y'all I am not a fan of Summer on this show. Her character on the show is very annoying. It irritates me. Like, I feel like Summer could be my least favorite baddie. Like Biggie is not annoying, but she does irritating, scary behavior. Summer is annoying and irritating from the beginning to the, like, not beginning of the season, like just this the top to the bottom. Summer is annoying. Like, her character irritates me because it's like you're popping confessions about Ivory, but when you're in her face, you're not saying nothing because you're scared of her, but you're popping on in the confessionals, which is crazy work. It's like, and then she keeps, because I even called it out, like, you keep going at Jazz, you keep picking at this girl. Like, if Summer was someone like a Tasiki, if Tasiki was picking at Jazz, y'all would call Tasiki a bully. Summer is the same thing. It's just Jazz can't fight and Summer can't fight. They both can't fight, but Jazz keep picking at Jazz. Like, Summer keeps doing that, and it's just like she does a lot. She does a lot. Like, Summer least favorite real quick. Like, at first I was like, oh, she's funny, she's catchy, whatever. I can't do it. Like, it's just childish. It's childish behavior. But like, this is not a random Summer. Anyway, so that happened. Summer and popping it. At the end of the day, in the scene, she was, we ain't got no problem, but she next. So the Baddies, Biggie confessionals, by the way. Let's start there. I see what she went for. She could have pulled it off. I just think the stylist did her a little greasy. Like, I don't know. Like, she could have. It was something, I don't know, maybe with the jacket, like, maybe it's like if the top was a little bit different. Like, she would have had like a different top. I don't know, like, it's something's off about it. It's like, at first I was like, oh, it's ugly, it's bad, I don't like it. But now it's like, she went for something different, and I'm trying to like work with her. Like, she went for something different. She's trying to embrace her body and she's trying to embrace herself. But I don't know, like, something didn't hit the mark. But I'm gonna pull it back from what I said last week. Not too much on Biggie and her outfit, but I will get on her a little bit later because I have a thought on something. So the Baddies OG, they meet up at the United Center in Chicago, and they met up with Lemmy, and I don't know, like, we know who Lemmy is. We know who that is. Like, they're like, oh, we gotta meet with the CEO of Zeus. Girl, we know who he is. He's just as nasty as the rest of y'all. Like, we know who that man is. And allegedly, in the face, he was looking, he was see some craters, and child, that liquor getting y'all. Anyway, so Ivory, she go on the bus. Like, they're all on the bus, like the rest of the girls. And Ivory, she comes there to take a shot or take a drink. And then she comes to get off. What was the point of that? Like, you could tell Ivory's probably was hurt after her fights with Lex. But me personally, I said this last week, I don't think she got tore up or demolished. I think she lost a few of them rounds, but a few of the rounds she won. And like Dolly said, like, you win some, you lose some. Like, it's not that deep. Like, I think Ivory, she's taking the show a little too seriously versus like Lex. Lex is chilling, and I don't think like Lex really like is on her, like pressing her the way she could be. And Ivory, she's just like, Ivory, she's that now this TV Ivory is out, and it's like, I don't know, like, because now this TV Ivory is similar to that, a little more rowdier. I don't know, it's like it just don't mesh with these Zeus girls, because Zeus girls, they don't be on that. They're not like raw. Like Lex, she gets in there and she fights, but Lex don't crash out. But we see she kind of crashed out next week. So see how that goes. Anyway, she came in to take a shot. They leave. Pretty Sister apparently kicked Diamond, allegedly. That's what it was talking about in the scene. Um, I said this last week. At the end of my recap last week. I was like, I feel like we're gonna try to do some of that storyline because they reminded me of E.T. and Biggie. Remember that last season with E.T. and Biggie when they had a little storyline and E.T. was like Biggie hit her upside her head or whatever. Biggie had somebody hit her upside her head and she said in the season. And you guys remember that? It was very similar to that, and I see what they was going for. I guess they're building a storyline about Pretty P younger sister was trying to get her Diamond. You ain't doing enough. Diamond, you didn't do enough. Diamond, you need that. You need that. And their beef is so stupid because Pretty P, in the beginning of the season, was mad at Diamond, wanted to fight Diamond because Diamond was looking at her weird. That's the point of their beef. That's why they don't like each other. Pretty P was upset at Diamond because she was looking at her weird. And then Diamond was like, I guess sneaking her throughout like where her and Tinkerbella fights. Pretty P was on the side waiting to fight Diamond. But overall, the start of this beef is because she looked at you weird. Mind you, okay, Pretty P, she has that, right? Everybody was mad on Baddies East when E.T. fought T for looking at her weird. This is a similar situation. I'm seeing a lot of Baddies East themes and circles on this season right here. It's like they're trying to go back to that. I'm seeing it because the logic don't make sense. It's stupid. Anyway, so they get on the wall now. All the baddies, they do the little sound check or whatever, and then the new girls arrive. They get on stage, and all the baddies, they come out one by one. They have their performances. I did like seeing this. I like seeing like the baddies, like, a different element. They don't have to be, like I said, they don't have to be fighting all the time. The episode was still entertaining. Biggie drugged Akbar in her confessionals, and I am not mad. Not Akbar, but Jaden in her confessionals. I am not mad about it because I was like, Jaden, like, I don't know. And I seen on TikTok, like, Jaden, she has some decent performances. I don't know what was going on here. But listen, y'all. Biggie and Tasiki, they killed it. Their performance, like, they ate it up. They ate it up. Like, they had the energy. You could tell they, like each other. They had the energy. It was a good dynamic. Like, they came on that stage, they was rocking it, too. Like, especially Biggie. Biggie ate the stage. Like, she, not in that way, but Biggie, Biggie killed it. She popped her ish. I gotta give it to her. I gotta give it to the girl. Like, her performance was lit. And I remember, like, at the end of the season, at the end of this episode, she was like, where is she? Hold on. She was like, Biggie in her confessions was like, oh, like, now I feel like I'm a baddie. And it's like, Biggie, it's like, I want to. She's such a pick-me because it's like, you've been on baddies since West, East, Caribbean, Midwest. That's 4 seasons. It's four seasons. And now you're like, oh, now I feel like a baddie, but I'm not a baddie in that way. Biggie's been a fan favorite. Like, the fans have loved Biggie, especially on Baddies East. I'm like, and she won an MVP. I'm like, she's insecure. The insecurity, it shows every single time. I'm not really going to tackle it too much, but she's a pick-me. I'm just not going to go at it too much, but her performance was great. I did like the performance. Her energy was lit, and she definitely tore it up. I think Biggie's like if you did, like, they're like at a booking or something like that. If Biggie, she's kind of like the opener. Like, Biggie, she has that good. She has the energy. She's lit. Summer's outfit on stage, y'all. Oh my gosh. I was like, girl. Summer, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I think all of the baddies that were there, they all look good. I think everyone's outfits did look good, like that was on stage when I was like looking around. I think everyone looked good. They looked really, really good. Summer, I don't know what you wear them Poochie Mama shorts, but everybody else, they looked really good, and I think they had a really good time. Next, I seen it was Scotty, Tinkerbella, Akbar, and Animac that came on stage and they had like little games. like in the actual show or whatever, and they did the games, and they had this little seduction game with the man, and I thought they was gonna have a different kind of game because it was like this game right here just wasn't it. Like it was just so cringe. Scotty's little line, it was just like, and somebody, I noticed this. Hold on. Somebody laughed at Akbar. Like, yeah, like because like when Akbar was doing her seduction, I heard like a little laugh or whatever, and I was like, ooh, someone's laughing at Akbar, girl. Like cute, but her seduction was real cringe and. That scene was just cringe overall. Like the game was cringe. Tinkerbella, I think Tinkerbella did good. Let me tell you that Tinkerbella she did good. Did we see Animac? I don't think we see Animac. I remember she was on stage. I don't think we saw like because Scotty said she was on stage with her, and I don't think we seen Animac in the game. We might have did. I don't know. I might have missed it. But Tinkerbella, I think Tinkerbella did good. I seen her confession. She was like Nick Cannon, call her or whatever, and. Have fun to you. He might. Who knows? Let's see. Next up, let's see. They leave, and Dolly she has pizza in her hand, and the girls are eating. I feel like every time I see the girls eating, it's noticeable because like every time they go out to a restaurant or something, they don't eat. They're always fighting. So it's like, oh, there's food. Like it's so noticeable. Like oh my god, they're actually eating or feeding them. And Dolly, she had like no boxes of pizza, and they was turning it up. The ETB, I don't know if I hear like a shade on Sapphire. I heard the Sapphire's name like being mentioned as walking to the bus. And that was it. They go to the after party, they're turning up, and we end off there. Oh, and Natalie, she got her CEO boss chain on the episode as well, which last season she did give her chain away to Tinkerbella, so it was nice to see that she got her CEO Baddies chain, and I did see online that somebody stole it. I don't know if she got it back. Hopefully she did, because that chain did look pretty nice. But yeah, so next up on Baddies, episode 13, and we start to rack up, and they're gonna get on my nerves. So we have Ivory versus Lex again. Like they don't fight, but Big Lex is crashing out a little bit because she's like she want to fight her because she threw that drink on her, but Lex, you was pretty calm on that bus ride. So I guess this is TBO. What else happens next? Slim comes back and she gives Rolly some snacks, and Rolly she's like she want no snacks, and Slim tried to play you. Slim tried to play you, girl. Summer, goodness. I wrote it down because it irritates me. It just irritates me. Like a few episodes ago, when Slim first came in, Summer, her confession was like she's talking about them babies, and she got to go. Now we get here. Now we get here. What's going on up there? I live in an apartment, so you just hear like a lot of stuff. But now we get here, whatever, and she fight Slim for absolutely no reason. There was no reason to that, and the fight was whack. Like Nunu comes in. They better not hold that fight to episode 14. I need to see that now. Like we didn't get a fight this episode. We need to see Animac, Biggie, and Nunu. We need to see it now. We need to see it now. Because that Summer and Slim fight was whack, it's corny, and both of them cannot fight. Both of them cannot get down like that. Slim can fight a little bit better than Summer, in my opinion. But this particular round right here, Summer, like she was getting her, but Summer kind of rushed her. Head up, like if it was like a square up, Summer cannot beat Slim. I said what I said. Like Slim, she fought Krishan. She didn't keep up with Krishan, but Slim was getting in there with Krishan. So Summer head up and got it. The reason is stupid. Summer's it's just whack. It's just corny. She's crashing out, but in a corny way. Mel versus Ivory. I think we've seen that. I don't know if they're in Wisconsin or wherever. Cause I remember they went to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and I seen on the T page that Mel from Nowadays TV, Fall Ivory, outside, well, jumped her, or some of the girls, they jumped her allegedly out of the sledge. And I think I seen that. Yeah, so I don't know if that happened there, because I seen there was like a lot of like commotion fighting outside like the club or whatever. So we'll see where that goes. But Nunu, she comes in. And that's it in my notes. Nunu comes in. Ugh, I cannot wait to see Nunu. I like Nunu, guys. I know a lot of fans don't like Nunu. I like Nunu. I cannot wait to see her. She's going to bring a breath of fresh air to the show, because, you know, Ivory and Lex cannot be the center of the show all season. So I am ready to see another type of element, and Nunu's going to bring that. Anna and Biggie, I guess they jumped Nunu. I guess I'll see my reaction to that next week. But as far as Biggie and Anna jumping, am I mad at it? I don't know. I have to hear the reasons why. But I know like they did like last season. Why did Biggie jump in Nunu? I'm trying to think. Did Biggie have an issue with Nunu last season? I remember she fought Anna. Did she? Biggie, she jumped Big Kiva, right? I don't know. I don't remember the issue. But I guess we'll get to it next week whenever it happens. I just don't know why Biggie jumped in that. Am I mad at it? We'll see. We'll see why, and we'll get to that then. But if you guys did enjoy, thank you for watching, and I'm happy you stuck it out to the end, and that's the end of this video. So enjoy your week. Hopefully TikTok stays. But yeah, that's it.